What's going on, guys? My name's Connor, and today I have a review for you guys on Louis Vuitton's all-new Eclipse Patchwork Amazon Sling bag. So a lot of you guys might not be familiar with this bag, and those of you guys who are know how limited it is. So I'm going to be breaking down all the details of it, as well as going over if I think it's a good purchase or not. So if you guys enjoy these kind of videos, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, as it really helps out my channel and gets my videos shown to more people. And while you're at it, make sure to claim your 4 free stocks on Webull by clicking the link below. All you got to do is sign up. You get 2 stocks for free, and once you make your first deposit, you get another 2. So without further ado, let's get right into this review. Alright guys, so just before I take it out of the box, I just want to let you guys know now that this bag began releasing back in fall/winter 2020. It was designed by Virgil Abloh, and the retail cost of this bag is $2,350. So over $2,500 with taxes, and a little bit more if you're paying shipping. So it's definitely a pretty expensive bag. It's definitely more expensive than the classic Amazon slings that they used to release. And this is basically just the newest model of the Amazon sling bag. Alright, so you guys can see right here, just the classic Louis Vuitton box right here. It's going to be one of the boxes that you pull out from the side, so let's do that now. And boom, you guys have the Amazon sling right here. Just before I take it out and break down all the details of it, I just want you guys to know also that this is not a bag that you can buy directly from the site right now. And if you really want to, then you're able to call to inquire. But that's usually what they do for some of the rare collections, just like this one. There's also a keep ball that's patches. There's also a backpack that's patches, and a few other items, but this whole collection is pretty limited. So what you're going to have to do is call to inquire, or you're going to have to see if it's available in store. And some of you guys might be wondering, like, why would they do that? Well, that's what they do for bags that are a little bit more limited, so they have to make sure that they have the inventory, and also to make sure that the price is up to date. Louis Vuitton does raise their prices sometimes, and they also decrease them sometimes. Usually it's a raise. It's really rare for them to lower their prices, but just keep that in mind when you guys are wondering why is this not available on the site. And just to go over some of the measurements of this bag, it is going to be 17 centimeters in width, 21 centimeters in height, and also 6 centimeters in thickness, or whatever else you want to call it. But I've noticed that it will expand a little bit depending on what you're carrying inside of it. You guys can just see right here, the little zippers right here that will say Louis Vuitton. I'll say it on both of them. And just so you guys know, the material of this bag, it is monogram Eclipse coated canvas. That's what it's considered. You guys can obviously see the Eclipse pattern right here. And I don't know if this is considered Eclipse. It kind of looks like it, but obviously it's inverted kind of the colors. So it's going to be white right here, and obviously the bigger font. And that Eclipse pattern is going to go all the way around to the back. And you guys can see the cowhide leather trim, as well as the textile lining if you guys look up closely. And the hardware is all going to be a dark silver. And then turning it around to one of my favorite features of the bag, which is the strap. It's going to be a lighter brown, or you can kind of call it a burgundy, but I really love it. And I also kind of like that you're not going to lose it because it is not removable at the top, but it is removable at the bottom. And some of you guys might be wondering, why did they make it removable on the bottom? Well, you can switch the sides that the strap is on depending on the way that you want to wear it across your body. And also it makes it a little bit easier to adjust. You guys have this right here that has a bunch of holes, as you guys can see. You guys can count them if you want. That will give you the option to adjust it to the perfect length depending on your style, your height, your weight. However you might be wearing it, it is adjustable for you. And also, before I forget, yes, this item does usually come with a dust bag. I could not find it for the life of me, so please forgive me for that. But I think the next thing that we should do is open the bag up, and you guys will be able to see the interior right here. So it's just going to be like this softish material on the first pocket. Obviously there's a second one that I'll show you guys in a second, but you have just enough to fit maybe your average wallet, maybe a smaller phone. Not the newer models of the iPhone, they will not fit in here, but just something small. I would usually keep my keys, maybe a little bit of cash, and maybe a card holder if that's what I'm using, but it's not going to hold too much if I'm being completely honest. And opening up the second one, and now we have the second pocket open, which is going to obviously be the bigger one. So before I show you guys the main pocket, you guys can see a little heat stamp right there, Louis Vuitton Paris, made in France. And also you have a little folder in the back, which is good for an iPhone. I mean, it's just perfect. You're not going to fit much more than that if I'm being completely honest, and I'm talking kind of fast, but you guys are going to be able to fit an iPhone and maybe like some tickets or wherever you're going, but don't expect to fit a whole bunch in this bag. I always try to be brutally honest with you guys about what you guys should buy depending on your needs. But if you're looking to fit a bit more, the bigger version of this bag is definitely the Avenue Sling. And so consider that if you guys are looking for a bag like that, and it's also a little bit less expensive. I believe retail is about $1,500 now on the Avenue Sling. This is a little bit more just because it's part of the Patches collection, which makes it a little bit more exotic, and it's definitely less popular. But you guys can still fit maybe a t-shirt, maybe a book. I'd say that the book is probably the biggest thing that you're going to be able to fit in here. So just filling it up all the way, you can fit your wallet, cash, keys. You can fit your phone back here, maybe some headphones back in the front, and also a book. So that kind of puts it into perspective. I know I did give you guys some measurements, but if you're absolutely going to fill this bag up, that is about what you can fit inside of it. And just, I'll give you guys a little bit better look at the interior. Nothing too special about it. Hopefully it'll focus as you guys can see. Nothing too special. You guys will be able to find the date code right here on the side next to the zipper. And I didn't show you guys, but the blue right here is a little bit reflective. You guys obviously have the Louis Vuitton right here. And it's definitely a good looking bag. I'm sure that you guys want to see how it looks on, so you guys can also get a better feel of the size and also see how it looks to see if it's worth it. But it's definitely a good looking bag, and like I mentioned, it's not going to be the siziest bag, but it's a bag that will hold what you need it to. Let's say that you're going to a casino. I mean, I definitely gamble probably more than I should, but this is probably what I would wear to like a casino-ish. I have room for my cash, wallet, maybe like a t-shirt if I'm staying the night or whatever. But you guys have enough to fit for most activities if you're not staying the night and you don't really need to pack heavy. I mean, you could fit all your toiletries in here, but clothing is where you're gonna have the biggest issue. And so just before I try this bag on, I just want to let you guys know that the references can be from France, Spain, Italy, or the US. So you guys saw the heat stamp is going to be on the inside of the biggest pocket. I'll try to open up with one hand right now. You guys can see it'll be right here. But look for those and make sure that it's one of those references. If it says like China, Mexico, or some other place, you guys know that's automatically fake. But like I mentioned in most of my videos, you guys are going to be checking the date code, heat stamp, and also the overall quality of the bag. If the quality is not good, it's an automatic giveaway that it's fake. But just to make sure that it's real, you guys can use pro authenticators. I know they're not paying me to say it, but that is who I use to authenticate most of my Louis Vuitton, especially if it's more expensive or if I'm on the fence. And yes, I'm around a lot of Louis Vuitton, as you guys can tell by my reviews. Make sure to go ahead and check them out if you guys are new to my channel. But I do use pro authenticators when it's more expensive, just to have that peace of mind, if that makes sense. But this is probably the most popular way of wearing this bag. You guys can see it'll be right along the side. Some people might wear it a little bit more to the sides where it's covered by your arm. Some people more in the front who really want to show off this bag. But no matter where you put this bag on your body, it's going to be stand out. I mean, you have the eclipse pattern right here, and what people tend to notice the most is the huge LV right here, as well as the little flowers. And if you guys look closely, there will be some towards the bottom right here, right by the crease, and at the top. But it's definitely very standout, and it's also something that people usually don't see. You guys can see right here, some people might wear it a little bit lower, which is adjustable because of the strap. The strap is adjustable from 46 centimeters to about 56 centimeters, so like a whole 10 centimeters. But you guys can see the little burgundy strap right here, which I mentioned is something that a lot of people don't see. I don't believe there's another Amazon Sling by Louis Vuitton that has this burgundy strap. But the second way that people like to wear this bag is around the back like this. So you guys can see how it looks from behind. This is how I primarily wear the bag. You guys can still see the strap right here, as well as the lighter brown right here. And you guys can cover this tip part that might fling around if you guys don't use this right here, to keep it as tight and as classy as possible. And also you guys can see right here, sorry about my garage in the background, but you guys can see how it looks from the back. It's definitely a good looking bag, and you don't really need to wear it from the front and put it in front of everyone for people to notice. People are going to notice it's high quality just because of the strap, and also people are going to see you from behind, believe it or not. People always see you as you're walking by. You can see it obviously from the side. Hopefully you guys can see that by the angle that I'm standing, but people are going to be able to see it either way. So for those of you guys who really care about flexing and showing off this bag, don't you worry too much, because people are going to notice this bag, especially because it's a pattern that they have not seen before. And just so you guys know, if you guys are considering buying this bag or anything similar, or just anything in general by Louis Vuitton, you guys are going to want to keep in mind to keep it away from damp surfaces or out of the sun, because the canvas of this bag, and pretty much any other Louis Vuitton canvas, will fade off in the sun. So you might have one part that was primarily in the sun be a little bit more faded than the rest of the bag, which will be very noticeable and will really hurt the value of the bag if you guys were to go and sell it in the future. And also keep it away from scratches. And some of you guys might be wondering, how can I prevent scratches? When you set it down, make sure you lift it straight up and don't drag it, because this will scratch. I know it's really high quality and it will last you a lifetime if you take care of it, but just dragging it across surfaces is not taking care of it. And also, when you're storing the bag, make sure to keep it in the dust bag. That's the safest way to store it. It will preserve the color, the shape, and everything else. If you guys really want to take the next step, then you guys can keep stuffing inside this bag to keep the shape as well as possible. But final verdict of this bag, I think it's an awesome sling bag. I think if you're looking for a little bit sizier options, you guys should consider the Avenue bag. This bag is not the most functional. I know I go over functionality of a lot of Louis Vuitton's bag, but I would not say that any of the Amazon slings, because they're all similar in size, so I say all of them, are going to be the most functional if you guys are staying overnight somewhere. If you guys are storing a lot of stuff in general, then definitely consider going for a different bag that's going to be more functional for you, because if you're spending this much money on a bag, like I mentioned at the beginning, it's going to be close to $2,500 after taxes. You want to make sure that it's getting its wears and it's not just going to sit in your guys' closet. But let me know what you guys think of this bag. If you guys really have the money like this, it's definitely not one to avoid. I really like how interesting the pattern is. On the Amazon, the Keepall, the backpack, and the rest of the collection, I think it's an awesome exotic collection. I think Virgil Abloh did a really good job. And like I mentioned, you guys still have the opportunity to buy something. Just go to the store and usually they'll have it in stock. Or make sure to go online and call to inquire, and they should have some stock available, at least one thing from this collection. I'd even say more than one. You guys should definitely be able to get it if you guys keep calling. But let me know how it works for you guys if you guys go ahead and call. And also let me know what you guys think of this bag in general. Is it better than most of the Amazon slings? Would you guys prefer the Supreme Louis Vuitton Amazon sling over this one? Just let me know what you guys think. I'm genuinely curious. I think it's a great bag. I think it's very similar to the Louis Vuitton Nigo collab. It's kind of that hype in the market is pretty similar. But let me know. I'm genuinely curious, and I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.